What's up, you guys? This is me, Baina. I'm back with another video. I'm not sure if I should call myself B on this or call myself Baina, but either way, my name is Baina, my nickname is B, and I'm back with another video about why I left my religion. This time we're gonna go a little bit deeper into the reasons why I left and what actually sparked it will probably be in the next video. So this is number 2. I don't know, for some reason I'm feeling really good today, and I have energy to make these videos, and I kept putting it off and saying that I'm gonna do it, and then I'm just like, ugh, I don't wanna do it. So whenever I feel like, ugh, I don't wanna do something, ugh, I don't do it. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get right into a little deeper into why I left my religion, part 2. Okay, so I remember saying in the beginning of the other video, this is not a video to tell you about what you can believe in, what you should believe in. This is just a video explaining my experience and where I'm at right now and how I got here and, you know, my whole spiritual journey up until this point. So let's get right into the video. As I said in the previous video number 1, I used to practice Islam. And I actually stopped this year, 2023, physically. And yeah, what my beliefs are now, we can talk about in another video. But for now, we're just gonna briefly talk about, probably not briefly, but a little deeper about why I left my religion. So the first reason why I left, obviously, when I said spiritual deadness, was I was going through a spiral of what we call what I found out is actually what it's called is your soul asking for help. It's called depression, you know, deep rest. It means like something, a part of you inside of you wants to just die off and you need to be reborn. Kind of like when the Bible talks about being reborn or Jesus being reborn. That's kind of like how I was feeling. Like I was feeling like I just want to not exist because I don't feel anything in this world, you know. Physical things weren't appealing to me, you know. Yeah, job, money, none of that stuff was really making me feel alive. And I just felt spiritually dead, even in my religion. I went to my religion to feel something as well, and it just wasn't working for me. So I was just like feeling really off, you know. Something just wasn't right about my life. I needed a change, and I cried a lot of nights and a lot of days in my bed by myself in my room. Nobody knew like the struggle I was going through. I lived in the house with all my siblings, most of them except for about 4 or 5 of them. About 6 of them I didn't live with, but the other ones I did live with. I had a large family. We all practice Islam for a time being. Some of us still practice to this day, and some of us have left. And some of us might even come back to the religion. I'm not really sure about anyone else's journey, but I know as for me, religion is just not my thing. Okay, so yeah, feeling like really like down. I was going through what they call a dark night of the soul. It's when your soul is trying to break free from the chain that you put on it by your mind. So that's basically what I was going through. And I could not stand to be around anybody any longer. I wanted to just disappear. I wanted to die. I remember writing to myself in my journal, asking the Creator to take my soul because I just didn't want to live anymore. And I just couldn't feel like I was actually getting somewhere in my life. Like there's something really wrong. There's something wrong with me. You know, I remember I used to ask the Creator, why did you create me if I'm just meant to go to hell? How am I supposed to know if I'm going to be heaven or hell? Like, why do I have to think about this? Why do I have to talk about heaven and hell? Why do I have to be reminded of a place called heaven or hell? Why do I have to think about these things, you know? And it wasn't like I was walking around in my religion just doing whatever. I was actually sticking to the rules of the religion. So no boyfriends, you know, no showing any hair, you know, not really taking many selfies. Don't take a lot of pictures of yourself. which I understand the reasons behind these things, by the way. It's not like I'm just saying, oh, I don't want to do this, I can't, I don't understand it. I understood the reason behind those things, and that's when you grow maturely. So anyways, yeah, so I just felt like really bad. I didn't want to be involved with no religion. I didn't want to be involved with nothing. And I was still practicing my religion too. The whole time I was still wearing my dresses, wearing my kima. I was still like, trying to convince some of my friends, like, this is the way to God. This is how you're supposed to be, that kind of thing. But I was still under the influence of my religion, even though I felt like I was disconnected. The first time I realized that I was disconnecting from my religion was when my prayers just didn't seem like they were reaching God at all. I prayed for my family. I prayed for myself. I prayed for myself more than anyone, obviously, because it's me, it's my connection with God. But the main thing that I noticed is that things were not going anywhere. It just wasn't. Like, my family members were not changing. They were just staying stagnant. I asked for all of us to be at a better spiritual place, and, I would think that the Creator would actually help in that sense. But I also learned that praying for other people is never going to work, because they're not praying for themselves, nor are they asking for, any type of, or seeking any type of self-growth. And I also learned that Creator does not help you unless you're actively trying to get your inner self together. So that's another reason why I feel so confident on my spiritual journey, is because I've been asking the Creator to help me and to guide me since I was desperately feeling like a piece of shit, even while I was in religion. And when the Creator brought me out of my religion, that's when I knew, okay, I have to trust this being. Whatever this energy of God is, whatever you want to call the Creator, I have to trust this. I have to completely surrender to how I'm feeling. And even if it feels uncomfortable to talk about, I have to get through this. Like, I have to. So that spiritual deadness really did, push me into not having my religion. Remember when I said I felt disconnected? That was number 2. It just all kind of ties into the same thing, I just felt really out of sorts. I felt dead inside. I didn't feel like anything was working for me. I couldn't hang out with certain people because they weren't in my religion. So I was really isolated. Me and my siblings were very isolated. And I'm not really going to talk much about my siblings, because they have their own, experiences that they go through and stuff like that. So, but I'm just saying, as far as my upbringing, that's how it was. We didn't really connect with people outside of our big family that much. The adults usually connected with people, and if their kids had kids, they would visit for whatever purpose, but they weren't really into the religion at all. And whatever family members that had friends that were, religious, like in the same religion as we did, they didn't smell good, they were weird, and we were just like, yeah, no. So we never really had friends outside of our religion, because it's not really something that's, even though the book says you can have allies, yeah, at the end of the day, that whatever that means is not really what it means. So anyway, yeah, like, there was no connection with the outside world at all when I was growing up in my religion. There was just nothing. I couldn't experience what I wanted to experience because I wanted my soul to grow. And it wasn't growing in my religion because I wasn't experiencing the real world. I was experiencing work and home. When I did start to experience the real world, I started falling in love with it, but not in a sense of drinking, smoking, because I don't even do that stuff to this day. Like, I'll maybe have like a nip every once in a while, but I'm not really into drinking like that. Smoking herbal cigarettes is another thing, but that's not even the topic, so I'm not even going to get into that. But I didn't crave the world the way other people do. Parties, gambling, just going out and fucking people, excuse my French, but I didn't really like want to do those kind of things. I just wanted to be away from my family and just feel free. I wanted to experience the Creator through nature. It was something that kept calling me. Like, I wanted to be outside all the time. You know, I wanted to be near the trees. I wanted to be near anything that God created that was peaceful, because human beings were just not giving me that fulfillment. And to this day, they kind of still don't. I'm not sure if it's still me or if it's just them. But anyways, I felt disconnected. Feeling burnt out, I said this before, you know, there's not really much to say about feeling burnt out besides the fact that it's just, you know, repetitive doings of the rituals and the prayers and all that, and just not getting anywhere and still feeling kind of like off. I'm going to talk more about in this clip, you know, I'm not going to go on exactly about these reasons. I'm not going to go like for verbatim these reasons. I'm just going to briefly talk freestyle about the deeper reasons why I left. So let me just move that over there, because I keep looking at it and I'm just like, I need to talk about this exact thing. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't really crave the worldly activities that everybody else was doing. I just wanted to be near God and in a way that nobody else could detect or say how I needed to do something in order to reach a spiritual level. I wanted my connection to the Creator to be something unique, something that I could understand, because I wanted a one-on-one with the Creator. I didn't want to share. I know it sounds kind of weird. I didn't want to share one belief system at the time, because there was no one who could understand my experience with the Creator. Like, once I started to really get involved with the Creator, that's when I was like, wow, I don't see God the same way as the religion does. Now I see God differently, you know? And I don't want to call God he either, because I noticed that it's not a he. So I know I needed to not be in my house with my parents and my siblings when it came to religion, because I was taking it a totally different way and I was understanding God totally differently, because I experienced the Creator different ways, and there's not really much that you can connect with people who have a different mindset, and they're really strong in that, and you've come from that. If I was to tell my parents that I don't believe in whatever their God is, they would probably treat me like shit throughout the day. Especially if I was that young. I wasn't even an adult. But I'm not sure. Maybe I should talk about my spiritual awakening in this video, or should I just like keep going on? Well, actually, this is my platform, so I'm not going to even ask for anyone's suggestions. Unless it's something that you guys really want to know, like, hey, like, you know, something in particular. But just beginning, because this is just my second video, we're just going to freestyle this and talk about, you know, a deeper reason of why I left. So yeah, like I said, like, everything around me was becoming more difficult. You know, I started to shut down. You know, I started to feel like, okay, I'm not really involved in this religion anymore. I don't want to have Jumas anymore. I don't want to talk about the Quran anymore, because I've read it so much and it's just not helping me. And I don't want to do it. I just don't, because it's just not for me. Like, it just wasn't something that I felt I could connect to anymore. And I pretty much grew out of it. So I think that's all for this video, because I don't really want to keep talking about why I left. next video I'm gonna make is gonna be about my spiritual awakening, and it's gonna be about what led me to my spiritual awakening, and that video is gonna be a lot more interesting. So quick recap. I left religion for plenty reasons. Mostly because the main reason why I left religion in general and don't want to have any type of title to describe my spiritual journey is because there is no title to describe my spiritual journey. It's just a spiritual journey. There's nothing to call it but that, because that's exactly what it is. And if you say it in another language, it's going to mean the same thing, just a spiritual journey. The human being, you know, experiencing its spiritual self through being a human. And that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will be back with another video, and I hope you guys can like, share, and comment, and hopefully subscribe if you want. Peace.